A Hunter in Teyvat, Chapter 51, Fan Fiction, by Azazyel. Seemingly a few minutes later, after our romp, Eula and Lumine both decided it was time for them to get cleaned up in the adjoining bathroom, and I decided that allowing Lumine to take the shower with Eula was the better idea, so I can go see where Paimon and Noelle were. "Paimon, where are you?" I called out and I heard some metal hitting ceramic. Paimon was already eating, obviously. "Oh, Jake. Paimon and Noelle are in the kitchen." Paimon cried out as she flew out of said kitchen, looking utterly adorable as her face had a bit of flour upon it. "I see that," I said softly as I patted Paimon on her head, making her chuckle. "Well, I should probably help Noelle then," I muttered as I heard Noelle humming from inside the kitchen. "Oh, good morning, Jake," Noelle said brightly as I came into the kitchen. Noelle was wearing a sort of unarmored version of her maid outfit that clung to her frame, but more interestingly, was how the maid's hair wasn't all bound up and instead freely hanging down to her shoulders in a silver curtain. "Good morning, Noelle," I said as I walked over to her side and saw that she was cooking up some scrambled eggs, toast, and sausage links. "Anything I can do to help while the girls are taking a shower?" I offered, trying to be a good guest that hadn't spent the last half an hour probably staining her guest bedroom sheets with various fluids. "Oh, dear heavens, no. Paimon already helped me prep some stuff, and now there is only enough room around my oven for one person to cook breakfast. If you want, you can always borrow my bedroom's bathroom to take a shower, just be quick as food will be done in like 5 minutes. She said, and I nodded. "All right, Noelle, I will go get cleaned up for the day. Thank you very much for your hospitality, the nights wouldn't be the same without your kindness," I said, making Paimon chuckle as Noelle's neck and ears visibly turned pink at my compliment, with the maid whimpering in embarrassment. "Hurry up, Jake. Paimon wants everyone to eat together," Paimon said as she began pushing me by the shoulders out of the kitchen. All right, Paimon. Let me go," I said as though she was overpowering me, even stumbling a bit as I was pushed out of the kitchen. "Heh, that will teach you," Paimon said proudly, putting her hands to her sides as she stared at me imperiously as I went to Noelle's room and quickly took a shower. After I came out of the fast shower and got ready for a day of drama from the factory nonsense yesterday, I saw, surprisingly, Eula and Lumine were already at the table with Noelle fidgeting in place as she watched me come in. "Oh, Jake, let me make you a plate." She offered to stand up, but Lumine gently took her hand and kept her from going to do it. "Nope, Jake is a big, strong man, he can plate up his own food." Now Eula continues to tell us what happened after we left the church last night. Lumine all but ordered, and I wordlessly got my own food and sat between Noelle and Lumine, who both went back to eating. While I was eating my food, I listened closely to Eula speaking and couldn't help but commiserate about how dirty her work was. And probably why she was in need of comfort this morning. I wasn't directly at the battle as at the time I was busily waylaying a group of factory from attempting to enter the city. While I defeated those and managed to help some knights and other Mondstadt fighters like Bennett and Fiskell get into the battle, I was busy watching the borders and going over some documents those factory were carrying. Eula then took a drink as her gaze seemingly went elsewhere before she continued. Then a low-ranking knight of Favonius relieved me of patrol duty and told me I was to assist the rest of the knight's management in cleaning out the Church of Barbados of any factory and the battle was certainly a mess. She muttered at the end as she lightly ate a piece of sausage she regally cut with her knife. "Yeah, using a ruin grader or really any ruin machines in battle against humanoid targets. It was messy, as several tons of stomping/smashing metal feet or arms only leave splatters of mess behind if the limbs the machines are smashing manage to pin the squishy target with a hard surface." "How are the knights holding up?" I asked quietly, although I saw all the vision wielders in relatively good health, other than Barbara, who got hit by some debris as I and Signora brought down part of the church in the opening salvo of the battle. A couple of knights died before Barbara could get to them. They were both men who served well but got caught by the factory assassin blades in the neck, which killed them before Barbara and the nuns could heal them. Although vision wielders definitely had a monopoly on easy-to-cast magic, I knew other forms of magic did exist here in Teyvat. But it was notoriously difficult to learn, like spending half a decade at minimum before you could be much of anything in that magical art. So, the nuns of Barbados, having healing magical arts, made sense, especially with how Barbara has been spending so much of her time there. Will G need our help today with anything? Lumine asked, and Eula perked up out of her thoughts as she shook her head before stilling. No, not all. But actually, I do have a favor as I need help from you and Noelle if your duties will allow you to assist me in an important mission with Amber later. Sure, Paimon and the rest would be happy to help. Paimon said as she broke off from eating. Yes, I will gladly help as today was my mandated rest day, so being able to give you assistance will bring me no greater joy, Eula, Noelle replied with me and Lumine obviously agreeing. Alright, Eula said before taking a deep breath as she steadied herself. The documents I received last night painted an extremely dire image for my noble family. According to them, my uncle is a Fatui spy and is the reason certain areas of Mondstadt were open, allowing the Fatui agents to reach the heart of the city. Eula angrily explained, and I understood why she wanted to do this as soon as possible, as the city already hated her family for the atrocities it performed centuries ago, and to hear they helped facilitate an attack on the very nation's church. Yeah, the Lawrence clan would be lynched in the streets. With Eula having little choice but to resign from the Knights of Favonius and honestly, probably leave for Liyue or something. Hey, if you like this and want daily uploads and to read early chapters, please drop a tip in my Ko-Fi https://ko-fi.com/Azazyel22926 or https://www.patar-ian.com/Azazyel and your precious energy stones. It keeps me working on it. My commission rate is $15 per 1,000 words. Azazyel. Please, like and subscribe to our channel.